Okay, so today, instead of looking at Canada, I wanted to take a quick peek over the fence at our neighbors down the south. And I'll be honest, we're not actually missing out on anything. In fact, it's been a blessing in disguise, because staying away means we don't have to deal with the Trump MAGA and all the chaos that comes with it. That's not really a vacation if you ask me, it's more of a headache. In this video, we got a few clips from people on the ground in the US. They'll give us a better idea of what's really going on. Today's backdrop comes from Dave, one of our viewers who hiked the Grouse Grind, and snapped this photo looking towards West Vancouver. I've done the hike before, and I admit I thought I was going to die at the top, but hey, at least I can say I finished it. So thanks for sending this over, Dave. Before we get started, a quick shout out to our newest channel members. I finally put together my first members only video, and I can't thank my members enough for their support. Alright, let's get into these clips.
Those are all the higher ups from Border Patrol and U.S. Customs and Border Protection hosting this tour group here with the lanyards on. The lanyards themselves say U.S. Homeland Security and Defense Forum. I see the director, guys with badges. But you can see we are here at the U.S. Port of Entry at the Peace Arch border crossing. Y'all having a party today? No? 1, 2. It says Homeland Security and Defense Forum. So that dude there, I believe, is the port director.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know, this is the Peace Arch border crossing between British Columbia and Washington State. I've gone through this crossing hundreds of times. Back in the day before Trump was in office, it was relatively quick and simple, especially with my Nexus card. But things have changed. Now that same spot has become a focal point for Homeland Security. Like, what are they even there to talk about? They're even doing walkthroughs in the park that connect the two countries. I really wonder what the point of them being there is. Part of me feels I should go there myself, take a walk around, and see what it's really like these days. I haven't done that in a very long time. Maybe even bring the experience back here to the channel.
Curious if they're going to come over here and walk along the border ditch. I knew it. They all got the lanyards. They've got official photographers with badges on. So government photographers. So they're going to walk over to our border ditch now. If you don't know, those houses are in Canada. Hey fellas, do y'all know who I am?
Yeah.
So my name is Brian Henderson. I've seen a delegation. Can you tell me who they are? Or?
No, I'm not going to speak to it.
No?
Yeah, you can look it up online.
Delegation has actually crossed onto Zero Avenue. The dude right there with the turban on is the port director. That dude's noticing who I am. Yeah, come ask me. Come talk to me. Come on. So now he's crossed onto Zero Avenue in Canada. Where's Royal Canadian Mounted Police when you need them? Come on, TikTok detectives, tell me who's in this delegation here.
The roads you saw in the background and the houses just past that, that's Canada. But the park that these US officials are standing in, that's the United States. So yeah, I could probably do a walk down the road one day. But if I did, I'd make sure I carry my passport and IDs and everything with me. Now, when this guy said, where's the RCMP when you need them? Here's my take. We don't need the RCMP standing across the street, flexing their power. Because we're not assholes. But this clip really shows something. The climate at the border has definitely escalated, at least on their side. So yeah, maybe one day I'll do a road trip to the border. Alright, so moving on. This next clip takes us to Florida. Let's check it out.
Florida beaches are empty because racism don't pay the bills. Now, those beaches and businesses are empty in Florida, and the business owners are scratching their head. They're like, I don't understand what's happening and why this is going on. This is what happens when you build your entire platform on bigotry and fear.
Now, this is exactly what I've been saying in the last few Florida videos. Business owners sitting around, scratching their heads, wondering why there aren't any tourists. They blame the economy, they blame the hurricanes, and they blame everything else except for their president. But this lady here, she actually goes into more detail, and I have to say I agree with her 100% on everything she says.
When you spend years attacking immigrants, the very people who visit your state, spend money in your hotels, eat at your restaurants, buy your tacky-ass beach towels, don't act shocked when they stop showing up. And understand, it's not just tourists who aren't coming to Florida. When you squeeze the working class like a lemon, there is no juice left for joy. You think people got beach money right now? People can't even afford to go outside. And all those Trump tariffs, those weren't on corporations. Those were Trump taxes on us. Prices went up, jobs got cut, and now folks are choosing between groceries and gas, not plane tickets to Clearwater. And y'all made Florida a hostile environment, honestly. And not just for immigrants, but also for black people, LGBTQ, teachers, hell, even librarians. Y'all made the beach a battleground. So now it's just you and those overpriced souvenir stands collecting dust. And now conservative business owners are mad. But they're mad at the consequences of the policies that they voted for. Baby, this ain't karma. This is cause and effect. Conservative policies destroy communities, period. So ask yourself, how long are you guys going to continue to vote against your own business?
What a great message. This is a clear cause and effect situation, just like she said. They voted for this, and now they're living the consequences. It's the same story for Kentucky and their so-called precious 200-year-old bourbon industry. Sorry, but I have no sympathy. We're only at the start of seeing the effects. It's only been, 9 months? 8 months? Something like that? And we got just over 3 years more of this. But I'll be right here with my popcorn. If you're on TikTok, I suggest giving her a follow. Her username is thebishop22, and she's got plenty more videos just like the one I just shared with you. Now these next two clips are straight out of Sin City. Let's take a look.
I thought they called Las Vegas the city that never sleeps. They say Las Vegas is active. I'm not seeing any activity. Las Vegas is a ghost town. The sun just set, and the whole city is already asleep. All they really have is fear.
So one thing I noticed about the Strip in Las Vegas, and it's really unfortunate, is folks, there's no people. This is usually daytime, nighttime, it doesn't matter. It's loaded with people. Where's everybody? How crazy is that? So the story is, from what I've been told, there's a couple of reasons. One of them, tourism to the U.S. is down a bit now. There are a lot of people that are afraid to come or don't want to come, or they have issues with tariffs.
Well, what you've been told, mostly probably from the US media, is only partially true. As someone who used to visit your city quite a bit, the tariffs are not what's keeping me away. That's not the issue. The real reason is your president's rhetoric. And I guess whoever told you this story, or wherever you heard it from, either left that part out, or maybe it's just something you don't think is a big deal. But for us, it's a massive one for us not coming back.
And all that. So what I would say, folks, is let's focus on you enjoying the best life possible, and that means travel. And despite what you might think about the U.S., those of us that live here and love our country, we want everybody here. We're very hospitable. Everyone's welcome all the time. The U.S. dollar has gotten a little weaker, so it's a little easier to come financially. But we want you here.
Now the clip ends here, but I'm sure it's only going to get more frustrating after that. He did say he wants the best life possible for his audience, and maybe he was just aiming that at Americans trying to hype up Las Vegas. But for me, the best life possible isn't spending money in the US, it's exploring the rest of the world instead. Next year, I'm planning to visit Australia, Belgium, maybe even the Netherlands if I have time. That's how I'll live my best life. Now the next clip takes us back to Florida, and it's from one of my favorite US content creators, Greg the Uber driver. Let's see what he has to say.
Canadian and international tourists boycotting Florida. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida right now, actually at Port Everglades. It's Sunday afternoon, August 24th, and we should see cruise ships here in the port. But guess what? When I turn around and show you, you're going to be surprised how many cruise ships you will see. I'm going to show you, count the number of ships, help me find the cruise ships. Almost like those international tourists. See how many you see. As I'm giving my video here to pan around, there are 29 terminals. Sorry for the breeze today, but there are 29 terminals here in Port Everglades. How many cruise ships do you see? What? How many cruise ships do you see? It's Sunday afternoon just around 4 p.m. There should be cruise ships in here, but there are no cruise ships.
Now the US cruise ship industry is something I haven't really talked about before, and I haven't really covered it. But I imagine their numbers are down too, especially when it comes to international tourists. Still, this is a bit strange. No boats at the port at all. Part of me thought, okay, maybe the ships are out at sea. I don't know. But then again, Greg lives in the area, so he would know better than me. Let's keep going.
What? Yes, I know it's August. I understand it's August. There still should be cruise ships. It's a Sunday. Cruises go out for a week still to the Caribbean, and they do sell out of Fort Lauderdale. But where are they? Governor DeSantis, Donald Trump, where are the cruise ships? Sunday afternoon, August 24th, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. How many do you see? I see 0. Now, I see some wealthy people's yachts. Oh, there's Donald Trump. No, I'm joking. Bad joke. But I see absolutely none. Absolutely no cruise ships in Fort Lauderdale. And as you look behind me, there are absolutely no cruise ships August 24th, 2025 in the Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. And there should be some ships here, but there are none. Absolutely none. thank you, Donald Trump. If you're an international, or if you live out of the United States and Canada or other countries, are you planning still to travel to the United States, or has your travel plans changed because of Donald Trump, because of the way he's treating immigrants and the way he's treating international travelers to this country? And are you coming to FIFA next year? Let me know what you think. I want to hear from you so I can try to educate those above. They're making big mistakes.
Well, Greg, I can speak for myself and most of my audience. We're not coming back to your country. And for a lot of us, that decision is also permanent. Now, looking ahead to FIFA, as you mentioned, it's going to be really interesting to watch. Many of the countries sending teams, their citizens are going to need visas. And that means paying the $250 visa integrity fee, or maybe even being hit with that $15,000 bond that is now required. If that's the case, I can't see fans rushing in. It'll likely mean far fewer tourists for FIFA than the US is expecting. So if you're on TikTok, make sure you give Greg a follow. He's a straight up no bullshit creator, and he's always worth watching. Now this next video comes from a US citizen who says she's had enough. She's deciding it's time to pack up and leave the country altogether.
Well, we're looking at leaving. We're going to look at Canada and Portugal. Those are the two places we're looking. I can't even believe that I have to say this, but I am not going to sit and wait and hope that what we're seeing unfold doesn't actually happen. I'm not. I'm almost 60. What does that give me? Another 25, 30 years? I'm just keeping it real here. I don't want to live it like this. It's just not. No, I don't want to. And so do I want to leave my country? No.
I actually have a question for our US viewers. Do any of you feel the same way as this person in this clip? Are you actually making plans to leave the US yourself? I'm actually genuinely curious, because things must be pretty bad for Americans to even want to consider leaving their own country. So let the community know in the comments if you're thinking the same way or taking similar steps already.
But my country kind of disappeared around 2015. And now it's unrecognizable to me. And so we're going to do a little research. We've got our Go stuff packed, all our documentation. We are going to check out Canada first, probably come back here, go check out Portugal, come back here, maybe Turkey. I'm not sure. It depends. Yeah, I mean, can you, it's like mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. I just had a conversation with my cousin who, I love her. I'm probably closer to her than anyone in my entire family except my sister, who's closest to me in age. And she's a Republican. And she has no idea about what's going on. She's not MAGA, but she's part of the GOP, and like she doesn't know. I mentioned a few things to her, and she's like, I mean, it's just, and she is a brilliant woman, but she doesn't know. And it was funny because I started to feel, I was talking to her and I started to feel like I probably sound crazy to her. Like, I bet I sound like I'm making a bigger deal out of things than what they are. So I had to really explain in detail just a small, like, smudgeon of some of the things that are going on, specifically that would impact her personally. Yeah, I don't understand how people are unaware of what's happening, other than where they're getting their news from, if they're even getting news. I know there's a lot of people in the country right now that have just turned off their TV. They just turn off their TV. They don't want to know. That is very dangerous. That's incredibly dangerous, in my humble opinion. So, yeah, we're going to start looking.
I added this clip because I wanted to see if any of our US viewers can relate to what she's saying. For us in Canada, and for me personally, it's sad to hear. But she's right. Back in 2015, when Trump first started running for office, that, in my opinion, is when the US really began to change. Now, I'm curious, for our US viewers, do you have people close to you who are Republicans or MAGA supporters, like this woman's sister? How do you handle those interactions? Or has it strained your friendships or even broken up family relationships? I've actually been thinking about doing interviews with some of you in the US. I'd like to hear directly how things have personally changed for you since Trump came into the office. So if you're interested in doing an interview like the one I did with R, send me an email and let's chat. I'm going to wrap up the video here and end it on a lighter note. The first clip, I really hope it's satire. Because if it isn't, holy shit, what is the US education system even doing? And the second clip, well, I thought it was just a good laugh. So hopefully you like the two clips. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button so we can get this message out to more people. And also share it with your friends too. I thank you for watching this video and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Now let's roll the last two clips.
Okay, now who
Not me.
was gonna tell me
I've already read what's going on. I don't want to be the one.
that every country has a national flag? I thought American flag was like, I thought we were the only country that had an American flag.
You are correct on one part. We have the only United States flag. I can vouch for that one.
Now, after living in Australia for like 3 or 4 months,
Took you that long, huh?
Australia has their own flag.
No one tell him about Canada. He might ask what the leaf is. Don't let me mention the European flags because it might make him have to lie down.
Okay, isn't it funny that I can say he's the dumbest motherfucker on the entire planet? And everybody in the world knows exactly who I'm talking about.